The Lord knows his children's needs, and he wants to supply them. To have them in poverty brings no glory to him. For his word says in John 3:2, Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospers. God does not want you to be poor. He does not want that for you. As many people may tell you, he doesn't want you in poverty. You may have lost your job, but that may be God telling you, go try something else or do more than what you were doing. We're gone from the days of getting one job and staying there till we retire. We're gone from those days. It's good if you have found that type of job. But could you be doing something else extra? Could you be doing something more to make extra money that you may need in retirement? Or you may need if you get laid off. No job is guaranteed. It never has been. It never has been with Black people. We were always set to be terminated. People of color, you're always set to be terminated. And we just forged on. You'd walk in one day because somebody didn't like you. They come up with excuse, don't like your color, da-da-dee-da-dee, you're talking too much. And none of it may not have been true. May have been true, but may not most of the time. But you had to leave and find another job. I told you my parents had multiple streams of income when I grew up. They did not let me think that they did not have any money. I never thought of money. I knew that if I asked for something or needed something for school, that they always had it. They always got it. And now as I look back, they didn't always have it, but they sacrificed. And they decided we're going to get multiple jobs. We're going to buy that house. We're going to buy those cars. We're going to do what we have to do to make a better life for ourselves and our child. And if you get laid off, go find another job. Even if you have a job, always have an expectancy that somebody may tell you it's over. Sometimes jobs crash out. They lose money. They have to cut people. They crash out, okay? Or the business just goes bankrupt. Everybody's got to go. And they didn't tell you. They don't have an obligation to tell you, okay? It's their business. They really don't. And you have to be prepared instead of sitting there, oh, they got rid of me. Oh, I lost my job. And especially if you're on probation. Probation should be the first word you should be thinking of till you get off of probation. Because probation means you can be terminated at any time. You can be terminated because you walk crooked. You can be terminated because there's too many people here. You can be terminated. And sometimes it goes for 4 to 5 years. It's not just a short 1 year thing, 4 to 5 years. And people start getting comfortable. They may be there 1 year, they're on probation. They think, oh, I was here a year. I thought I had it made. No, you didn't, because something would come up. I told you my friend, he had taught 13 years. And every year the system would go, we got to lay off teachers. They never lay off the top. They always go toward the bottom ring. Okay, they hit the teachers so that they can try to get money from other people, donors or whatever, to get those teachers back most of the time. But had to lay off teachers, it's a great big sizable thing. We don't know if they're going to come back, blah, 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 And they can get workman's comp like anybody else. So you still can get money. It's more of you lost probably your career. And usually when they would lay off teachers, they would go first year, second year, third year, fourth year, or up to 5 years. You're endangered if you can just get past that fifth year. Well, this one time they passed the fifth year and got to the 12th year, and it looked like they were going to hit the 13th year. He was terrified that he was going to get laid off. You know, he was in debt. His wife had kind of put him in debt. She'd quit working, staying at home. You know, the kid was in daycare. She took the kid out of daycare so she could stay home. And then she wanted a new kitchen and all this stuff, you know, and he was just losing it. Matter of fact, later on, he even had a heart attack after this because it was just so much pressure with money. But I told him, I said, if they lay off, what have you been doing during the summer? You've been selling insurance. Okay, let's start making that more of a career after you get off of work. How come you can't sell insurance from your home? Or be with a company and sell insurance? You know, get that second income coming in there. Just enough, and you know, we may have to lower our expenses. Okay, you may not be able to find something. But see, some people want to keep what they got. And you may not be able to keep what you got. A lot of people could not keep what they got. And some of them took the bad way out, and some took the good way out and figured it out. But we got to figure this out. Okay, today I'm going to stuff in here. This is a peace one. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. Isaiah 26. Okay, stay right there. 5 is all crinkled up. So we're going to do 156 for this one. I guess you said no, I'm not. Okay, stay right there. Thank you. But you know, we have to be of a good mindset. And even if you're doing that, watch who you're hanging around. If you have to leave your job, or even if you don't have to leave your job, watch who you're hanging around. Watch what they're saying, and don't take it internally. Just move yourself away. There are people that can betray you. Okay, they want what you got. They'll take what you got. You know, you give them a little inkling, they'll take your job, find out where you're working. Oh, I can do better. They will take what you got. Okay? And we can't, and some people we have grown up with the people. Okay? I have grown up with family members that tried to betray when we got older. We were kids, we were fine. But as they got older, their mindset had changed. It was not a godly mindset. It was more, I want to take what you got. I want to do this. I want to pretend this. Okay? And true strength is not revisiting the past. I don't revisit the past much. I revisit good things of the past. I revisit bad things when I have to remember that you're not that same kid that I used to play with. That you have not gotten further in life than I have. They say English is the hardest language. They are right. Yeah, they haven't gotten anywhere. Or they almost got somewhere, but they're jealous of maybe what I have. And they betray you. You know, I've had people come over, and my parents too. They have come over, went through my wallet, you know, and I know what's missing. We've had one steal checks, was at the bank writing, you know, trying to cash in a check for $6,000, and the bank called, did you write this check? No. Just don't cash it. I didn't turn them in. I just said, don't cash it. Just say, no, you can't do anything with it, and take it from them. We have to watch people. Those people will betray you. They will take your cards. They may be family members. They may be friends. Watch the betrayal. They may be girlfriend, boyfriend. The betrayal. Money. They need money. They will come after. Okay? Watch the complaining people. That's your second group. The negativity, because it will get to you. The negativity, the whining, the falling out. They don't want to move on. They won't try to fix anything. They want validation. Okay? Misery loves company. They want, oh, I'm right. I'm right. I'm right. They may not be right. You know they ain't right, but you don't want to hear it all the time. Okay? And they may be right, but you're like, okay, can you stop talking about it and do some action? Go do something with yourself. And those people they'll sit there and they will complain. And you're sitting there going, help me out of this situation. Okay, like I said, misery loves company. They think life's unfair. Things will never get better. Okay, all my dreams are gone. Okay, they have no hopeful plans for the future. It's just they're that way and they're going to complain. And even if you try to help them out or if you suggest things, it's still going to get worse. Throwing money at them is not working. That's your money. You need to take care of it. Okay? Because they may not pay it back or they may pay it back. Depends on how they feel about the situation. It's not your responsibility. Okay? You have to plan your life. You have to plan where you're going to go. The third person is the resentful one. You may have met that person as your parent. One of the parents, both parents, grandparents, whoever. It may have been your best friend, maybe been somebody that works, your boss. They resent your growth. Okay? Some of you work from home, like I do. I got people, they resent that I work from home. There's somebody probably resent that you're home and they got to get up every morning and go to work. Watch those people. They don't like the growth, that you're saving money, or that you don't have to take your car out all the time, or that you can go on little trips and vacations. They resent it. They may not say anything to you, but sometimes you have to listen to people when they're talking and questions they may ask, even on YouTube. They resent. When you doing that? Thought you said you didn't have any money. I thought you were cash stuffing. I thought you were broke. They resent. That's the resentfulness. Or somebody telling you constantly what to do, they resent it. They're trying to get into your space. And it's up to you not to be hostile. They can turn hostile too. There are parents, they are hostile. They will cause you anxiety. They'll cause you anxiety in your later life. The parent is not that friendly because you have made it to a place that they may not have. They may not tell you their whole family life, okay? And what happens is you got a better husband. Your dad may not have been the best, okay? You got a better job. You're making more than they are. Your hair is different from theirs. Look at the curls. Look how it's nice. Look at the color. Just something simple that they don't have. And it's hard to get to the root of that when they don't cooperate. So sometimes you have to dig and you may never find out. But they may resent you and they will tell you they don't resent you. But they resent you. And you can either work around it and do the best you can and accept them as they are, but you can't stay. Okay? You can't be buddy-buddy. They're insecure about themselves. They doubt themselves. And it may be about you. Like I said, you may be making more money than they are. And the parent is just off the skid train here, like, I'm bye. You're doing something more than they did. They may not have went someplace. Some parents are just evil like that. Instead of being happy that, oh, you're making more money, or the story of, Mom, I got into college. Some parents don't like that. A small percentage, but they're out there. And people don't want to realize that, but they are there. Even if they're your friends, they resent it. Okay? I had my mother's friend. She resented that I was in school. I was in college, and I was going for my master's degree. And she said, when are you going to stop going to school and go to work? Unbeknownst to her, I was working. And I got up and left. Walked out the door, and then about 1 minute later, here comes my mom. We never saw them again. She never went back. My mother could my dad and mom would just break a friendship and move on as fast as they could. It wasn't important. You got to figure out what is important in your life. And maybe that friend or a family member, sometimes it's not important. You love them, you're trying to love them, and they really don't love you back. They talk about you, some talk behind your back. You got to be aware what's going on. Because people are people. They may be related to you, but they're not family. People are people. You need to surround yourself with people who want you to succeed, that reinforce you, that accept you the way you are. But we got people, the last one, they won't allow you to grow. They refuse to allow you to grow. They try, okay? But every time you try to step out, they got a little thing to say, oh, you're not going to make it. What'd you leave? I heard them tell me, what'd you leave that job for when I stopped teaching? Because I wanted to. Obviously, you can't, right? And I'd walk off. Some people, they want to stay in that job the rest of their life. But when they see you grow, when they see that the pain they thought you were going to go through because you left the job or you're at home working a job, that it's actually going okay, and you will feel it's going okay. The blood pressure, all that needs to go. Okay, we can roll up blood pressure without anything. You need to stay calm and work through what you're working through. If it doesn't work, find something else. Okay? We're not meant to stay the same. That's what they want, to stay the same syndrome. Stay in that job. Work hard. Do this, do that. Yeah, we work hard, but we can also figure out how to work our own job a little easier. Okay, we may not follow the status quo, but we got this. You find these people, they don't celebrate your progress. They're not happy for you. You hear, oh, doing that again? Oh, is that what you're doing at home working? Just kind of listen. They call themselves putting the nose up. Is that what you're doing? Until your money starts rolling in, till you start saving your money and putting it where it's supposed to be. And till you start thinking. You don't have to be with those people. You evolve into something better. This is what happens with people, with prisoners. When they come out and they're trying to make a new life. And they can't. People won't hire them. Their noses up in the air. Da-da-dee-da-dee. Family members, oh, he been in jail. Or their friends, come on back out here and do this so you can make you some money. And some of them fall right back into it. Because they wanted to grow. They had some dreams going on. And at that time, some of the states were, you can't do this, you can't do that. And so they were stuck. It was like, these are people that have to make money. If you don't let a person make money, what do? They go back to their old ways. They're going to figure out the wrong way to make money. And we have to prop those people up. We have to say, yes, you can do this. What was your dream? Can I help? Let's see what we can do. Maybe your friend or relative's gotten out of a job. Maybe they can work with Uncle Joe. learn a skill, and then move on. Sit down, Uncle Joe, sit down, let's talk. Maybe he can one day take over your business. You don't have any children. Teach him. But we have to have that mindset, that loving inside mindset. We have to have the mindset that nobody is going to walk over us like this. That those people, if they're fussing and crashing out, okay, and whatever, they got to get together, because you can't be near them if you are going to progress. You have a life that you got to get to. God wants prosperity. In that verse I read to you, he wants prosperity. He wants you to think. He may not want you to be where you are. Maybe that's why you lost your job. But even you know why you lost your job sometimes. There was a girl, remember during the pandemic, talking about what she did all day? She was working for a company, and she only worked like an hour and a half, and then the rest of the day she was showing what she did that had nothing to do with the job. And it was just all over the place. And shouldn't have been shown. A big mistake. Because companies started, okay, come on back. People can't be trusted. They betray companies. Companies are scared. Get in here. And other people, they weren't working. Some people had 2 or 3 multiple jobs. You're not answering the phone, blah, 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 blah. I remember I called with my grandparents a couple of times. Social Security. At one time, we were on the phone 6 hours. It was like 6 hours and 5 minutes. I mean, I just kept the line open because they had been calling and calling. And we just stayed in the house doing things, kept the phone up so we can hear somebody talk on it. Took them that long to answer the phone. Then I had to call back for another grandparent. I'm sitting there, got all the paperwork, what we're supposed to do, and trying to find out things about their Medicare. But, you know, where do we call? What do we do? Type thing. And 3 hours. Then the phone mysteriously hung up. And then we had to start all over again. This is people not doing what they're supposed to do. Other jobs that did that. I've called other types of jobs. You know, phone hangs up. You call, hang up. Don't want to answer it. I heard one, the click, 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 where they're, excuse me, trying to not answer it, and they're clicking on one line and trying to knock you off the other line. I've had that before. And I really tell them about it when I get on there. I make no bones about it, even when I'm calling Social Security or anybody. I've been on here this many hours, and the phones, I'm so glad that they keep track now of timers. How long have I been on there? So don't be betrayed by people. Wake up. Be aware. Because people will take you for a ride. They don't care about you. They will take you for that ride in their little gold car, okay, and dump you to the side because they don't, you know, some of them don't even like you. And we just have to be aware. God has taught us to be aware. Watch your enemies. Forgive them, yes, but we don't have to hang with them. So take care. Enjoy yourself. May God bless you today and keep you, and through this whole week. I hope you're having a fantastic time and doing something for yourself, right? Do something that you enjoy, just a little bit, okay? Keep your finances together because it's going to get worse before it gets better. They've already told us. Because it's hard. This is a rocky time. We've been through 4 years of nothing, no money, you know, money going out the door. And now we got to try to get it back, and countries are bucking, and I don't want to do this, and da-da-dee-da-dee, and so gonna be rough. And the banks are, you know, watch your bank. Some of them are closing up. your credit lines, going down on the credit lines because they're afraid people are going to default. And if you look like a default, they're going to come after you. Don't be losing your mind. Just be prepared. Start watching what you're doing with your life and your finances, and you'll be all right. Okay, they may cut your card off. Go find another one if you need it. If you don't need it, you're fine. Save, believe. God's got you. Bye-bye.